Hello everyone, Dflekd here, Firm But Fair Gaming. I wanted to bring you a video on the top 5 loadouts for Call of Duty Warzone Plunder. Now I jumped into Plunder about probably 3 or 4 days ago. Really enjoy it. I like it more than Warzone. Just higher action, more action packed. You're always doing something, you're always moving, and if so happens you're running, you get enemy attention and you die, it doesn't matter because you only have a 20-second respawn timer and you're back. Now, I enjoy it more than Warzone. I find there's less hackers and cheaters in this. Now, you do run into the occasional one, but I find it's a lot less, and even if they do kill you, big deal, you lose a little bit of money and you come back anyway. So, that's the reason I play Plunder a lot more now. I just find it more enjoyable. And these are the top 5 loadouts that I use when I'm playing Plunder. These do very well. Some of them are situational. Some of them will work all the time. It just really depends on your play style. But my top 5 start with, this is a really aggressive one that I use. It's the M4A. I don't have it all fully unlocked, but the tactical suppressor, the 11.5-inch barrel. I'm waiting to get the other barrel, so you only have 2 options, so really got to get a lot more work done on the M4A, but it's one of my loadouts I use, just not as often as my main one. The halo sight, the rear grip, granulated grip, and the commando foregrip to give some stability. It's got great accuracy at this, and it's just an all-around great gun, and I matched that up with the Bengal SMG. Now this is already a done SMG. It's a legendary SMG, so it's got all the pieces already on it. You know, tactical suppressor, recon barrel, thermal. I'm not huge on the thermal sight, but I really don't have a better option for it. I guess I could run the reflex, but it's the rest of it I like. The foregrip, you know, the stock. It's a good gun. It's very good when you're swapping in between. So this is a very aggressive build, you know, with the speed on it, the overkill, and spotter. You run in, you press in with the M4, and you don't have to reload because you can just switch to the Bengal. I pair that with some Semtex grenades and either the heartbeat sensor or the smoke grenade. So it just depends on what you want to do, but those are the 2 options I use. That's loadout number 1. That's if you want to play really aggressive, charging enemies, always being in the area. The second loadout I use is an AK-47 RPG. This one is, it can really piss people off because the RPG can get super annoying when you shoot them from the sky. But it's fun when you're shooting. It's not as fun when you're getting hit with it. That again, I switch out the tacticals, the heartbeat. I use basically use a smoke grenade or a stun, but those are the options I use with this one. It's not a big deal. Run what you like on this, but those are you know, use what you like. There's not really a huge difference, and it's not going to change your gameplay by any means. The C4 and the perks I run are EOD. Because, you know, I want to reduce some of the explosive damage I'm going to take. High alert and spotter. The AK-47 I have the muzzle brake, the laser, the halo sight, the grip, and the commando foregrip. I really like the commando. I run that on a lot of guns, but it makes the gun very usable, very stable. It really doesn't jump as much, so it's pretty nice. And I play on mouse and keyboard, so that also helps. So that's loadout number 2. Loadout number 3 is one of my sniper loadouts. I love this. I love sniping in this game. It's probably my favorite weapon in this game. I just really enjoy sniping. I enjoy sniping in almost every game. But this loadout is the monolithic suppressor. You know, the 26.9 HDR Pro barrel. Tac laser matched with the Stalker Scout stock, and I use fully loaded perks, so I always drop with full ammunition on this. I leave the regular sight on. Love the regular sight. It works really well for me, and this is just my favorite gun in the game. Absolutely favorite gun in the game. Now on this one I'm running it with overkill, and again that M4A1 with the exact same loadout I showed you before, and you can you know, tactical suppressor, the optics, the stock, the granulated grip, and the commando foregrip just makes this really good. Actually, I believe I had one switched out, but anyways, it's a really good stable M4, and I pair it with Cold Blood, Overkill, and Amped because you want that swap speed in between the two guns. Now, when I'm running a sniper, I usually run Claymore or Proxy Mines just to have some sort of warning when someone's coming through. So it's your choice, whatever one you prefer. And then again, tactical smoke for Plunder is great because you can smoke out the helicopters when you're wanting to evac cache, and you can smoke out your balloon when you want to evac cache, or you can smoke out a area you want to take or a recon place. The smoke works really well for Plunder. Now, coming to the second last loadout, I'll say my last loadout will be my number one. This is one for the end game. So when you're in overtime, this can be said with the AK as well, but when you're in overtime and you want to take down those helicopters, because those helicopters are nasty and they're a big pain, and you just want to make sure you're taking them down, you're taking them out. You will want, you'll definitely want the AUG and the AUG and the rocket launcher. This will be for when people try and come up on you, and this will be just to shoot at the helicopters and take them down. Now, I was running Cold Blood and Ghost with this, just because you don't need overkill. You could run Scavenger, you could run anything else, Quick Fix if you wanted, but I just didn't have anything better I was going to run with it. So that's why I'm running this. You could even run EOD. It might help, but when you're underneath the helicopters and just want to take them out, this is the best option. Sometimes you get lucky, and if they're low enough, you can hit with the C4. If not, you can use Semtex instead, and you can throw that a little farther. But you want to take them down as quickly as possible, and there will be people coming after you. So the AUG takes care of them very well. The monolithic suppressor, the extended barrel, you got to get the 5.56 rounds, the stipple grip, and I use sleight of hand so I can reload quick with this. I like the sights on it, so I'm going to put a sight on it. But the rocket launcher is just a rocket launcher. It's what you get. I like the RPG because it can be fired at everything else, including people, so you don't need to lock on like the other ones. And the helicopters are massive targets. You should be able to hit them with it anyway. So that's my overtime build in Plunder. So when I die and we're going into overtime, this is what I put on. And this is the bread and butter build. This is the best build I enjoy. This is my number one. This is my go-to. This is what I always use. And that is the HDR and the AUG. The HDR is the same as before. It's a phenomenal weapon. Absolutely phenomenal. Sniping in this game is just so much fun. And it's a good defensive weapon because you'll find in Plunder there's a lot of distance snipers trying to get you. So if you can take them down, you might not get their cache, but they're not going to kill you. And this is just hands down the best gun in the game for me. And again, it's the same setup as before. The laser, the 26.9 barrel, the TAC laser, the Stalker Scout, the monolithic suppressor, and fully loaded. So exact same as before, and the AUG is the exact same setup as well. You know, still with the suppressor, the extended barrel, Ranger 4. Oh, I have the Ranger 4 grip instead of sleight of hand on this one. And the NATO rounds and stipple grips. So I switch in and out between the foregrip and the sleight of hand, and that's just what I feel like playing. This is just a little bit more recoil control and stability, and sleight of hand, you know, you get to reload quicker. So it really all depends, but I switch in between the two. And running with Cold Blood, I always run with Cold Blood. It's really the best option for me in the first one. It doesn't really do much other than you know, see, people can't see in thermals. I don't know if there's a lot of thermals in Plunder, but I haven't switched out anyway. And amped. You'll want amped on this one for the faster weapon swap, and that will be awesome swapping between your HDR and your AUG. It just makes it that much quicker. And this can be your go-to. It's a main killer. It's great for all scenarios. It's not as good for the last bit of the game, the overtime. You can, if you're trying to take down helicopters, you're not as productive with a sniper rifle as you would be with a rocket launcher, but you can give your team covering fire if you have this and they're taking it down with the rockets. So it is definitely a great option and my favorite loadout in the game. So that was your top 5 loadouts for Plunder, heavily based upon assault rifles because they're top in the game right now. You could swap in your favorite SMG instead or your favorite LMG, but I found LMGs are clunky and slow, and then you have to match them with a submachine gun or assault rifle anyway, so why not just have that anyway out. And if you want to leave a comment below, tell me what you're using, tell me what you like, what you don't like. If there's an assault rifle, I know a lot of people are using the M4A, the M13, and the Grau, or the big ones. I personally found the AUG can withstand any of those as well, so just take your shots and you can do just fine. Anyways, this was Dflekd with Firm But Fair Gaming.